Hello, everyone, and thank you once again for joining me, Jan Hart, and my wonderful husband, Mr. Chris.
How's everybody doing?
Howdy, howdy. So thank you for joining us on Late Night with Chris and Jan. We hope that you have been finding this informative and funny. We hope that it is engaging and, that you're sharing. We hope that you're hitting that share button so that other people can get the information as well. So tonight, as we said, we're only going to get better. It's going to keep growing, keep getting better. Tonight we have a guest, our very first guest. Her name is Miss Jacqueline Briggs, and she is a cryptocurrency educator. That means she helps you to understand all the ins and outs about cryptocurrency so that you can make the best and wisest decision when it comes to how to invest in this. What would you call it, Miss Briggs?
I call it this crypto arena.
In the crypto arena, so that you can know how to best maneuver the crypto arena. And so that's about the extent of my knowledge was to introduce her. That was about that. Miss Jacqueline, to get us started, just for someone who doesn't even know what in the world cryptocurrency is, what are you talking about? Oh, that's that Bitcoin thing. Can you just break it down for the regular person who really doesn't know what in the world we're talking about?
Definitely will. And thanks for you and to Chris for having me on, an opportunity to share this information, because that's what it's all about. Roughly about 1% of the world is aware of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. So I do appreciate the opportunity to talk to you and then your guests, anybody that's going to listen in reference to that. And that's the question that you say, that's the most frequently asked question out there. And to make it simple, cryptocurrency is a digital version of money where the transactions are done online, okay? And it's a medium of exchange, just like any normal everyday currency, such as the US dollar. Many people aren't aware of that. But it's designed for the purpose of exchanging digital information through a process known as cryptography. Okay, and cryptography is a method of protecting information and communication through the use of code, so only those for whom the information is intended can process it. Now, the second part of that question, I want to start off by saying that I'm not a financial advisor. Okay, what I do is I read the news, follow the experts who have been in this arena, and I do my own research and I make my own decisions. And I do have an educational platform, Coinbit Pro, that I got educated with, along with another platform that I had where I got my education at. And education, it's needed in this arena, Jan, just like in all other areas or any industry, especially when it comes to one's, hard-earned money, okay? So, and I do want to say that Bitcoin is the world's best performing asset class over the past 10 years.
I get it. I'm getting what you're saying. And the thing is the first thing that people are going to say about something that they don't understand, especially when it comes to their hard-earned money, like you said, is, I don't want to do anything with my money and I don't understand what's going on. So that's why I was wanting you to, just give a little bit of explanation so that people can get it. So I'm a supporter and I'm a believer in cryptocurrency. My thing is just get the time to sit down and do my due diligence when it comes, to following through. So on Google, if someone else, is in the same position as me, like, okay, I'm ready to find out more about cryptocurrency. Once I get just a little bit more information, then I'll call Miss Jacqueline and I'll have her start setting me up, with some, education materials and so on and so forth. What's the keyword that they should use? Would the keyword be cryptography, or would the keyword be blockchain, or would the keyword be cryptocurrency? Like what should they look up if they were going to go on Google?
All the words that you just mentioned, as well as Bitcoin. Absolutely.
Add to that?
Just listen, taking in the information.
Definitely. So number 2. So right now, people are pulling their money from banks, right? Some people feel as though there's going to be a rush on banks. And as we all know, banks do not hold on to all of our money. When you put your money in the bank, they invest your money. They're not sitting there waiting for interest rates. They are investing your money. Only thing is that you're not investing your money. You're giving it to the bank for them to invest. And then if one day everyone decides that they want to go to the bank at the same time and go get their money, it should be common knowledge by now that all the money is not there. right?
And
Right,
people
it's
pulling
not.
out
That's
Wall
correct.
Street investments too, and the investments they're pulling out of. So
That's what causes
and
the
they're trying
stock
to
market to tank.
secure their money.
Exactly, because once you put that money in the bank, it's really their money, and only so much, I think like 10% of it possibly is there. The rest of it is sitting in the Federal Reserve or sent there so they can do whatever they need to do to loan it out. And so in essence, they're making money off of our money.
Exactly. And when I learned that, it like kind of blew my mind, and that's why I became, in the mindset, because I'm not going to make it as though like I have all these investments, I have all this. No, but I, in my heart, understand the importance of investing, because if I'm going to put my money in a bank and say that that's my investment, then that should be good enough for the bank also. But apparently it's not, because they take my money and then they invest it. So if they're going to do that, then I might as well do my due diligence to find out about investments so that I can stop having this middleman that's taking everything and I'm getting nothing. At the end of the year, I made $3.
Right. Yeah.
So how does
If that,
because I've had some accounts where in the whole year I made about 18 cents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 18 cents. So, my thing is I get it. I'm not going to earn some percentage from the bank ever that's going to turn my savings or my checking account into a real investment. It's not an asset. I just gave my money to them to invest, and I do it, me personally, I do it because the government says I have to. If the government did not say that as a business I have to use them, I would not, because I don't get it. I don't want to give anyone my money. But so the cryptocurrency arena, this blockchain, how does it help us with that issue of where is our money? Is someone investing our money? Is this going to make me more money than a traditional bank account? Like, what is the answer to that issue for a bank consumer who's thinking about cryptocurrency and entering the crypto arena?
Okay, well, the cryptocurrency is peer-to-peer, okay? And the government with the banks, they are centralized. Cryptocurrency is decentralized, okay? So people don't need a third party. And like I said, cryptocurrency is peer-to-peer from me to you. The middleman is cut out, okay? And this is one of the big advantages. And, individual has an opportunity to sit down at their computer, and then make the necessary transfers from their computer to wherever they want it to go. A Bitcoin in London and a Bitcoin in the United States, if I had family in London and I wanted to send them, okay, some crypto, AKA US dollars right now, because it is still what's going on, then I could do that from my computer to theirs, and they would get it right away, unlike a wire transfer sometimes or other means, and plus the cost as well, because it costs few pennies in order to send it peer-to-peer as opposed to what the banks want to charge.
Mm-hmm. And so as a peer-to-peer platform, can someone else use my money, or is encrypted so that no one else can mess with it?
That's right. It's encrypted. Your Bitcoin address or whatever altcoin that you may have that you're sending, it goes from you to that person because you have their address that you've sent it to them. You control it, and that's the thing. Government's not controlling it. Again, it's peer-to-peer.
Now, when you say governments, we were just talking about this. Now, our government has not made it popular, cryptocurrency. If anything, they discourage it, right? Which to me, that should be a red flag. This is something we need to look into. It might just be something good. But China, on the other hand, they're adamant about digital currency. You were discussing with me about how Russia, is doing the same push about digital currency. Who's the guy that you were telling me about from Africa? They ended up, didn't they kill him, or did they?
We can't go into politics.
This was a politics
cryptocurrency. That's
platform.
That was
Who was the guy?
On the
the one that you told me. Gaddafi. Okay. I'm ashamed I didn't know it. Gaddafi. So Gaddafi, he wanted the new coin, or
gold standard for buying oil that they was gonna introduce to the world, the dinar.
Yes, and so the dinar would have been like a one world currency.
Dollar. The US dollar, it
right.
would be based on the gold standard of Africa and Europe.
Right. So
but we don't have gold, so we couldn't have that.
Right. They couldn't have that. Okay. You can look up his story on Google because we're not going to get in trouble on this platform. We're going to stay at peace with everybody. But the thing, what I'm trying to get across to people with these stories is that this has been from long time coming. People, in the global community are trying to get away from the dollar. Like people are not trying to play, these games with our country or with their money. And so the thing is that there is a global push for this. And if we don't jump on the bandwagon in a minute, they're gonna have this currency, and it's gonna be so expensive for us to get involved in it. Will be, which, and tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm just like fear spreading or sensational. At some point, if and when, in my opinion, but if digital currency takes off, then that means that our dollar will see the same type of depreciation that other countries have seen with their monetary system. Right now, we seem to be like, the leaders. Oh, the dollar is worth, 10 of mine. Oh, the dollar is worth, 20 of mine. But it's going to come a day when, no, the dollar won't be worth, 10 of theirs won't be equivalent to one of our dollars. Maybe 10 of our dollars will have to be equivalent to what it's going to take for someone to invest in, the global community and what is now considered a one world type currency where everyone has an equal standing. Because I like the idea of equal standing. I don't like the idea, that one thing is worth more and I could be on the losing end at some point. So, what do you think about that?
Well, you're absolutely right in reference to that, because, and there's a difference between digital dollar and cryptocurrency Bitcoin. Because I know that about a week or so ago, when Nancy Pelosi and Maxine Waters, when they were talking about getting this stimulus package out, and in the news it was talking about, the digital dollar. And I don't know if I had talked to you about that before, but there would be no way that digital dollar, that Americans could be receiving their relief check via digital dollars, because that infrastructure is not even set up. And it does not take 1, 2, 3 days. It takes months, sometimes years, to set up an infrastructure in reference to a digital dollar. But the thing about that is that's not cryptocurrency. The government would still be in control of that. Okay, the bank would still be a part of that.
No, we're looking for only cryptocurrency. Okay, explain.
Well, because that would be, because that's still, like I say, as far as it being, decentralized, as far as the cryptocurrency and the different altcoins and things. And so Bitcoin, like I say, is the daddy of them, big daddy of them all, or whatever. And right now, Bitcoin's valuing at about $6,700 a coin. Okay, but I know you had mentioned something about Africa, I think a few minutes ago or whatever. And I don't know if you're familiar, but Akon, are you familiar with his story? How he's over there in Africa? Yeah, he's over there in Africa, and he's involved in that. Got a blockchain going on, got an Akon coin coming out, the whole 9 yards of all of that. So the dollar is devaluing more and more and more.
He keeps telling me stop talking about coronavirus, but it is a reality, right?
It is.
And I think that sometimes we need like real time examples to help us to take things seriously. But look at how our society is grappling with starting late.
That's right.
Andrew Cuomo is on TV. To me, he tries to be the most transparent. And his thing is like, no, this is because we started late. Like, being that we started late, all them preventative measures that we were talking about, like, we just gonna scrap those, plans because we don't pass that point. No one wanted to listen at that time, He like, we on the top now, we got to address it from this point now, And I think that that's the same thing when it comes to generational wealth and economic futures. It's like, if you come in at the ground level, like right now, to me, there's a lot of ground level going on. You can, right? You can find some stuff out there in the investment market that wasn't affordable before, right?
Yeah, correct.
So if that's the case, get in on the ground level. So now after everything is said and done, and then we're on the upswing, and you're like, but no, a month ago, it looked like this and it looked like that. No, that was a month ago when times is like rapidly changing. Nobody can wait for you. Am I losing it, or is that the truth?
No, and with the crypto now, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin's been around for 10 years. Satoshi Nakamoto in 2009, created that. Now, whether that's an individual or whether that's a group of people is yet to be known. However, because of the 2008 recession, that's why this came forth, for the peer-to-peer, to cut out that middleman. okay, which is AKA the government. Okay, so that you can have more control over your monies. You can be your own bank.
But what keeps them from coming in? And okay, so crypto is decentralized.
It's
right?
decentralized, yeah. And what that means is it's powered by its users without any third-party central authority or middleman controlling it. Okay, neither the central bank nor the government has power over the system. It's just simple as that. Because of the way that it's set up. Now, do you think if they were able to come in and do that, it's been around 10 years, that they would have already done it? They would have, but they can't. Because as far as the network Bitcoin, in order to shut Bitcoin down and shut that down from moving forward or anything, they have computers all over the world. You would have to get a hold of all of those thousands and thousands of computers to shut it down, and that's not going to happen. And that would be why.
Okay.
That would be why that is not going to happen.
You may think of, and they might be like,
So when you start to invest in Bitcoin, what do you get? Like a computer and a code, or how was it started where you get invested for people like me who, if you want to start out simple?
Okay. As far as Bitcoin in that arena, all you would simply need is access to the internet, a phone, and access to the internet, and you're on your way. Again, education, and education is key. Education is everything. And so you start there with the education. But again, if you have your phone, access to the internet, and a willingness to learn, you're ready to go.
We have had the great benefit of being able to be in numerous seminars that Miss Jacqueline has put together, and she has numerous products on her platform that she offers to the community, all the way from free all the way up to a few $100s. The investment is sound, right? Because as she said, education is key. Like, you really can't do anything, and especially can't do it successfully. I mean, you can do a whole bunch of stuff with minimal effort, but I don't know how successful it's going to be unless you just, I don't know. You have to know someone who knows someone who knows someone. But if you don't have that, you're not trying to run off of luck, you actually want to put your sweat equity into making something successful, you have to have education. Like, you just can't run into it willy-nilly. So we have, like I said, had the benefit of being in her seminars, and we understand the wealth of information that she provides. And so thankfully, once again, just as she's done at our office, where she's provided a completely free seminar, sometimes she's even let us tape it and put it out there. She has once again agreed to go online and do a seminar talking about the elementary things that you have to do just to get in the door. So can you tell them a little bit about, talk about your products, take a few minutes and tell us all about the different things, because I think that something awesome about educational product is that it will serve a continued purpose in a person's life. And so if you let us know, about the different things that you can teach people educationally, I think that is, a different kind of a product sell. We're not just here like an infomercial. We're here telling people how to change their lives. So, take a moment, let them understand what you have going on.
Oh, absolutely, I will, because I currently myself, I own some Bitcoin, as well as several of the other altcoins, and each coin has a use case, okay? And so that's the main difference, between just any old coin, just out there that doesn't provide anything, I guess is the best way to put it. So, excuse me, there's several business ventures in the crypto arena. I have the Crypto Education platform, along with a platform to where you can acquire gold. You could set up a free savings account, okay? And then also a fundraising program. Now, the Coinbit Pro is the education platform, and here is where you'll get educated about what is a Bitcoin, what can it be used for, how to set up a Bitcoin wallet, and what's an exchange, and much more information in reference to that. That's that education platform. Like I said, education is key. Education is everything. Now, the Carrot Gold International platform, that's where, like I say, you could open up a free gold savings account and start saving in gold, which we know gold is an asset. And I've said on several of my Facebook Lives over the course of the last 2 or 3 weeks in reference to we have to position ourselves, excuse me, we have to position ourselves at this point in time with assets, okay? Bitcoin, silver, and gold. And I'll say it over and over in reference to that. Positioning yourself is key as well.
I heard
fundraising. Oh, go ahead.
I saw an article where the billionaires, that's what they're doing now and trying to find silver and gold. And they can't even find it because they're trying to tie their money up in silver and gold.
But they want
Absolutely. And I will say that Carrot Gold International, okay, that's where us as the regular individual, you know, it's there for them. That platform or that business venture is in Stuttgart, Germany. Okay, CEO is Harold Seitz. And so that gold there, as far as plentiful, I have, you know, cash gold, you know, from the platform. And so it's definitely, you know, important to have it. And you mentioned the billionaires, and I will say this, and that is Tim Draper, who is a billionaire, okay? Probably, I think last year, maybe a little bit longer, and he even said this on a video that I watched about a month or two ago, no more than 2 months ago. He moved all of his money out of the stock market, and it's now in cryptocurrency. So I say to you, what does that tell you? It tells me that I'm in the right arena, and the cryptocurrency is here to stay.
Awesome.
Okay. Now, the last platform is the Up to Give platform. That has to do with the fundraising, and it's about philanthropy.
Go ahead. I'm telling people, pay attention if you like nonprofits.
Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, so that Up to Give, yeah, and it's a global giving community created to uplift the world through the power of giving. And what it does is it combines the leading trends of philanthropy, digital communication, and cryptocurrency, okay, Bitcoin, to provide a truly state-of-the-art community portal, and it unites members from around the world. Get that, this is global, okay, around the world to support one another to help them achieve their goals. And so with the world right now, with this pandemic, the stay-at-home ordinance in place, the loss of job, which means no income. So with this online platform, your team or an organization that you are part of, you would have the ability to be at home and earn Bitcoin, which of course could be turned into dollars. Okay, but again, that's all in the education. Okay, it can be turned into dollars as far as to purchase the food, the essentials, your food, your gas, you know, your mortgage or whatever. So if you're in the process and you decide to get involved in that, you know, you could do it from the comfort of your home, right? And then turn that into USD when you needed to go out and buy any essentials that you have.
Awesome. And, you know, if you want to, I always promote to people, you know, go online, YouTube and Google are your best friends. Miss Jacqueline Briggs, she is on Facebook. Let them know your Facebook handle.
Well, Jacqueline Briggs, that's my face. There's a lot of Jacqueline Briggs on there. You'll know me because I have on a head wrap, an orange head wrap, but there's a lot of us on there. I was like, wow. So when somebody said they couldn't find me, I had to call them and say, hey, this is where I'm at. You know, this is what I look like. So, but they can contact me. You know, they can email me, you know, jackk@protonmail.com, you know, send me a Facebook request. And I'm going to be scheduling a webinar for the education platform. And I'm going to schedule that for next Wednesday, April the 8th at 7:00 p.m. Okay. You can connect with me on Facebook because I'll put that link out there. Okay. If you're interested in the Up to Give platform, you know, I'll get you a link to that as well. You could go on there to see what that's about. There's a video there that explains it further. Okay. And so those particular Up to Give presentations are done 3 times a week. So I can link you into that if that's something that you're interested in, you know, the philanthropy portion of that.
Awesome.
I have one more question though.
Okay, go ahead.
With Bitcoin, is that how come with the coin, far as society and everything else, why we haven't made it easier to use it for commerce, to spend and buy stuff? What's stopping that? When
you say what's stopping that, because there are businesses right now that do accept Bitcoin as method of payment. Yeah. So when you're talking about what's stopping it, I'm not understanding what.
Like Ali doesn't have. I'm talking about. I'm sorry. For like grocery stores and the everyday shopping, the way you can spend it. You know, like you do the dollar. Why we don't have that choice everywhere, which will make people more likely to get it.
Okay, mass adoption has not happened yet. 1% or less than 1% of the world knows about it or is educated about it or wants to take that next step to learn more about it. But like I say, there are Starbucks, You know, Starbucks accepts it. You have, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Lollipop, but if you get a chance, look that up, because what Lollipop does is that when you have an account with them, they have a lot of retail stores, okay, that when you purchase from them, then you get rewarded with Bitcoin. So see, mass adoption is coming. That's the best way I can answer that question.
Awesome.
And absolutely. I do know Cash App allows you to use it. I don't know.
I did see it on there, but I didn't know how I would use it.
Oh yeah, I use Cash App quite often, and really it's pretty easy. So in that respect, it's made it available, you know, for you to. That's a Jack Dorsey thing, you know, but yeah, makes it available to do that, and I use that, you know, quite often. Actually, I used it yesterday to buy some Bitcoin, and then what I do, I will upload it into my desktop wallet.
Everyone, find Jacqueline Briggs on Facebook. Make sure that you look out for her upcoming webinar. And then also check back in with our platform, because you're still going to do the special webinar for us, right? Where you show them how to set up that encrypted email and let them know a little bit about the next steps. And then it's up to them if they would like to, you know, purchase further coaching or education, but you're going to help us with that elementary step.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm available. Yeah, reach out to me. I'm available to take them through the steps. Absolutely.
One more question too is like a lot of people, like I've heard people say when I talked about Bitcoin and things like that, is they're saying, well, I don't have enough money to invest in Bitcoin. It's worth so much to get one. What about those people? Like myself, I used to think like that, because one time when I seen it, it was at $10,000 a coin.
Okay, now let me say this, because the question that you have or that you're asking me, that is one that is misunderstood. I'm gonna tell you a little quick story before I answer that. I had a lady that on Facebook put something in there about her stock had gone up, woohoo. I'm like, oh wow, so yeah, are you familiar with Bitcoin, this and that? Her response was, oh girl, I can't afford that. But here's what people don't know. You don't have to buy a whole one. What you do is you invest as much as you can. They call them Satoshis. You know, so if it's $30 a month, then get you $30 a month worth of Bitcoin. Next month, it might be $10. Get you $10 worth. You know, you keep adding a little bit, whatever you can afford. And the whole thing too is never invest more than what you could afford to lose. Always, always, always. And again, that's part of the education platform. But that's how you do that. You do not have to buy the whole thing. Okay, you could say, let me give this example too, to where you're saving. You know, it's like, okay, well, I'm going to put that, you know, I save $40 or $50 a month in my savings account. Don't do that anymore. You're not going to get anything off of that. Shift it over, save in gold or in Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is volatile. It goes up and it goes down, no different than the stock market, right? Okay. However, over the last 10 years, Bitcoin has been the #1 asset. I just had said, you know, how it's beat out the S&P 500, you know, the NASDAQ and all of that. So it's going to go up, it's going to go down, but it's going to go right back up. So you do not have to buy a whole Bitcoin, just whatever you could afford, you know, keep chopping away at it. Because when, say, for example, you invested $100, right, today. Right, Bitcoin's right around $6,800. So you say, okay, I'm gonna give me $100 worth of Bitcoin. Okay, so by sometime next week, you know, it might go up to $8,000. So now your $100 may have turned into $150, $200. It may go back down the next week. Okay, but here's the key to that too, is that what you invest, and let's use this example of the $100. You invest that $100, Bitcoin starts going up and up and up. Well, the minute it goes up to $150, do you know what the first thing you need to do is?
More Bitcoin?
No, think about it. It's $100 you invested, and now it's gone up to $150.
Do I take the $50 out?
No, you take that $100 out. You take out the investment. You take out the money you started with. You take out that money that you initially started with. Now you're playing with what I call house money. Does that make sense?
I was going to say
and
that.
Now it just keeps. But you know, I mean, it's going to depend on you as an individual what you want to do in reference to that. But just, you know, general idea. But again, you know, education, and education is key. And the Coinbit Pro platform can help you with that.
Me, I was gonna say let it ride. See,
and that's very true too. But at the same time, listen. But here's the thing: at some point, you want to get back your initial investment and let it ride from there.
Oh, okay.
But then again, as it continues to go up, you still want to dollar cost average, as they say. You want to pull out, and it talks about in the education. You want to pull out a certain bit when it starts to go up. Pull out a certain, So that's all a part of the education process. But yes,
and
absolutely.
Is that part good? Is it like investing in Bitcoin is like the same as the stock market? Like if you touch transaction in the stock market, they make you pay for it. So it's not easy to pull out your initial investment with them. They're going to charge you, or something else going to come about. Is Bitcoin easier in that aspect?
Well, I would say that it is now. Is there a tax, IRS? That's the other thing I'd say. The IRS, as far as the government, all that, they're involved because the IRS will tax you on it. And when we do a lot of trading, okay, you can purchase Bitcoin and invest in it, and as long as you're holding it, as they call them, hodlers, you're good. Okay, but the minute that you go to pull it out or to what they call sell it, then that's when they look at in reference to, okay, how much should be taxed on that. But that's a whole nother topic in itself as far as the IRS and cryptocurrency.
That's why you have to get the education, folks.
That's correct.
Gotta take the class.
Yes, gotta take the class. No easy roads. I think that people should take the class. And that's why we're gonna have that, foundational seminar, so that you can get the foundational elements. And then that way you can have, it's almost like when I went, when we went to a timeshare presentation. Oh, Lord. And yes, I mean, it was actually interesting. They almost got me with that one because I love a discount. And so what it was is that it was almost like a rebate thing. Like, you buy the vacation and then they send you back this money type deal, but you had to buy the vacation from off of their platform, and they, advertise like this really, really big discount to where it costs this amount after this, then you only paid this, that type of deal. So I'm like, well, hey, that's awesome, but I need to be able to see the platform so I can know if this works for me,
Correct.
But they had this little clause thing where it was like, you only get 2 days. Then I called them and I'm like, well, where's the link for the platform?
There's nothing.
Yeah, right? It's like, oh, well, I'll push it through for you. It usually takes 2 days. Well, it's going to take 2 days to get to me. And then by the time it gets to me, I don't have the time to cancel, the gimmicks. So anyway, he pushes this link through for me. And then, of course, when I get on the platform, I realize that the rate on the platform is, exaggerated. It's not coming out cheaper. I'll come out cheaper to do my own little,
exactly,
hot wire search online myself. So, of course, I left it alone. I was able to cancel it in time. But I think that there's a benefit to that, because had the platform been what they said it was, they would have got me.
Right.
So,
that's why I'm there. So she don't get
me. Because they'll get me. They'll get me with a good spiel. They will. But I'm glad that, they let me see that information. And that's what I'm hoping that will happen when you do the seminar for us, is that people will, be able to kind of play around with the, the email and play around with, learn a little bit about Bitcoin, like from their own little searches. And then they can say, okay, well, I'm stumped with this. Let me, pay for a little bit of coaching, or, wow, that was really interesting. I want to learn more, but I don't feel like trying to navigate through all of the different information online that could be good, could not be good. So let me get back to Miss Jacqueline and find out what those education materials are so I can buy those. Everyone, we are home for the most part right now. Even if you're at a job, my kids have been working with me, Miss Jacqueline. I was asking them today, I don't understand why you keep pulling out your phone.
Okay.
What's going on that you think you're supposed to come to a job and your phone's supposed to be, in arm's reach for you to start messing with it? And he's like, no, I've never gotten fired from a job for pulling out my phone. Everybody pulls out their phone at work. And I'm like, doesn't make any sense to me. But if by some chance the person who's watching this is at one of them jobs where you pull out your phone, this is the kind of stuff you should be trying to watch. You need to be trying to learn how you can invest the money that you're making at that job, the job that's making you come in during a pandemic, to give you a wage that's barely a living wage. And I'm not trying to be condescending. I'm being real. Like, even me, I'm working a job, even though it might be my own, it's barely paying me a living wage. So I need to figure out what to do next. And what to do next involves education, and investing.
Exactly.
Right.
I told my son, I don't just yell at him, I yell at everybody. I just want people to hear me tonight. Well, thank you so much, Miss Jacqueline. I look forward to having you back on again in the near future. You're always very informative in my personal life, and I greatly appreciate you for everything you're trying to do for our community.
Exactly.
All right. I appreciate you both so much, and thank you again for having me on. And I look forward to next time.
It's been awesome. Thank you so much.